Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 2021 Disney Princess Bullet Journal series. Today I will be setting up my September weekly layouts that is all about Pocahontas. As you can see, I've already filled in my tasks and notes, and you'll see me freak out about right here. So what happened here is that when I filmed this, my best friend didn't announce the sex of her baby yet, and I quickly thought of covering that section with a decorative leaf and just start over, but then the next day she posted an announcement of her baby's sex. So in the end, I didn't need to cover it up, and I just had a good laugh about it. Anyway, moving on to week 2. I liked the washi tape being on the top and bottom, so I continued that look, and I have all my pictures printed for the month, but for this week it's all about Pocahontas rowing just around the river bend to go see Grandmother Willow, seeking advice about her dream of the spinning arrow. And the wise tree interprets the dream to be a symbol of Pocahontas choosing her path in life, and simply told her to listen with your heart, letting the spirits of the forest guide her. As you can see, I changed my mind about the washi tape, which means it covered part of the quote, and it covered a little bit that I tried to cover with a nice decorative leaf. And what's been really nice about these leaves is I've actually been using them in my journal section just to decorate the page a bit, and the colors look beautiful with that washi tape, so I've been happy with that. So I'm just I was trying to figure out a way to cover the pencil that was underneath the washi tape, but you can barely see it, honestly, so it's okay. I'm just going to work on the rest of the page. For the quote in between these photos, I really thought I was going to use just around the river bend, but when I thought of the song and the different lyrics, I actually thought the lyric, "Should I choose the smoothest course?" fit the best, because both of these moments are about Pocahontas' journey, whether to take the easy way by listening to her father and marry Kocoum, or go down a rocky path that seems to be calling to her because of her dream. And you will quickly see why I always use pencil to sketch out my layouts and even my quotes, because here comes the mess up. In 3, 2, 1. Why do I always do that to myself? So yeah, I messed up, but I fixed it with some pretty decorative paper that made it look nice, which you'll see at the final flip through. But next was to write "Listen with your heart," and the layout was complete. Week 3 is all about the beginning of Pocahontas and John Smith's romance. My absolute favorite scene in this film is when they first meet. Why? The music. My God. the tense violin score of when John Smith is ready to fire, and Pocahontas slowly stands up, ready to face the stranger. And then the music softens as both of them are locked in each other's gaze. Then the music swells as more of the orchestra joins in as he sets his gun down and moves toward her as if in a trance, which of course frightens her, and she runs off, complemented by quickened drums in the background. But John chases after her, and Pocahontas ends up listening to her heart and introduces herself. Alan Menken is my favorite Disney composer for a reason. I could have made the spread about only this scene, but that would have not worked out for the rest of the month's storytelling, so I didn't do that. Then, as they get to know each other and discuss their differences, especially when it comes to the interpretation of the term savages, this leads to Pocahontas teaching John the colors of the wind, showing the truth of her culture, and the two fall in love despite their differences. Oh, I just love this movie. It's so beautiful, and I swoon every time with these two. Oh, week 4 was a toughie when it came to the pictures. So, I left off at the end of Colors of the Wind, and next week's layout has to be the finale. Do you know how much happens in between? A lot. So, I had to get creative with these pictures. But luckily, I found a way. Collages. So, here it goes. So, we have the moment when Pocahontas introduces John Smith to Grandmother Willow, saying how he is basically the one she has chosen, and Grandmother Willow agrees that he is the right path. So Pocahontas tries to speak with her father as John Smith speaks with Ratcliffe to try and stop the battle that is commencing. Later, John Smith decides that he will speak to Pocahontas' father, and then the two share their first kiss. But unfortunately, they were seen by Kocoum, who attacks John thinking he was protecting Pocahontas, but tragically, Kocoum is shot by Thomas, who was only protecting John. This leads to John Smith being taken as prisoner, and Nakoma helps Pocahontas have one last moment with him. Another favorite scene, when they sing about how they are glad they met one another. And then later, Pocahontas realizes the compass that John Smith gave her is the spinning arrow that was in her dream. She then rushes to save her love, and that scene, that montage is so gorgeous with the layering of each party's perspective. It's just an amazing scene. Oh, and especially with Stephen Schwartz's lyrics. Oh, just how they were overlapping each other, and it was a reprise of an earlier song, and it's just so amazing. He was genius writing these lyrics. It's definitely my favorite song from the movie. Oh, I'm so glad that worked out. All I wanted to do was put hearts around the romantic scene, and at first, I didn't want to have any lyrics. I actually liked how the page was being split with those pictures, but you'll see in the final flip through I changed my mind, but I like how it turned out. And we have the grand finale. when Pocahontas saves John at the last second, exclaiming her love, and asks her father, what path will he choose, love and understanding or hatred? Her father chooses the former and releases John Smith. But despite this grand gesture, Ratcliffe aims for Chief Powhatan, but instead shoots John Smith for jumping into the range of fire. And then comes the bittersweet ending that I love and hate. John Smith and Pocahontas say their goodbyes in one final kiss as he is rushed off to England to tend to his injury. And Pocahontas rushes to the cliff to watch the boat sail toward the horizon, and the two say one last farewell using her native gesture. Again, the music. I know, I sound like a broken record, but seriously, the choir and the orchestra, it's just so beautiful. I've listened to this film score on repeat this month, and it just reminded me how much I love it. Seriously, give it a listen. And there you have it. All 5 weeks are set up, so now let's do the final flip through. I really love how these turned out, especially with the layout I chose. It's been beneficial to my current life. And here you can see this is how I fixed that little mistake I made earlier, and you may be wondering, well, this is all filled out. That's because I was filming 2 weeks at a time on different days. So you can see I'm halfway through week 3, and that's because during that time I was filming the last 2 weeks. So in the end, it just all worked out. You may also notice that I added a sticker to go with Pocahontas running, and the If I Never Knew You to go with that romantic scene in the middle. And my little additions for this page was a little broken heart above that middle picture because that's how I always feel about that scene, and 2 leaf stickers to go with the final picture. And then I have my journal entries at the end of my weeklies, and it's really working out this month. I'm very happy with how these turned out. So that about wraps it up for September, and I am actually ahead of the game for once because I'm done with sketching out my October spreads, and I can't wait to show you all which princess it's gonna be, so be ready for that. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I always enjoy making them. If you did, click that like button, subscribe to my channel for more bullet journal videos, and stay tuned for more drama.